What's up everybody, Kier Gomes here, and welcome back. So I have a lot of stuff going on, still in the process of moving. My wife and I finally found our place. We know where we're gonna live. So it's all very real now. I am very excited. I will be doing a tour of the setup, like with all my cards you've seen in most of my videos. That'll be coming in the next few weeks, and then we'll do kind of a follow-up to that, if not in the same video, of me setting up my new space. So I am happy to say I have secured my own office, so I'll have a dedicated space for me to shoot my videos, hopefully to bring some consistency in the quality of my uploads. As well, I am shooting a ton of content for the next few weeks because I will be so busy. I don't know when I'll have time to film. So it is quite possible that a video that you see next week was filmed like today. So those are some updates, but today we're gonna take a look at a deck of cards that I had never seen before. But I did an unboxing a couple weeks ago, and this was a deck that was in a package I received. As far as I could tell, these are called the Olympian playing cards. Definitely an interesting deck, so I'm super excited to take an in-depth look at them with you. Before we get started, please do drop a like on this video and subscribe if you haven't already. Without further ado, let's roll that intro and get you guys on your way.
Let's go.
Okay, so these are the Olympians playing cards. This was in a package that I received from one of my subscribers named Yoav. Thank you very much. I'm very excited to take a look at this deck. And as promised, eventually I will get to the House of the Rising Spade decks as well. This tuck case is super interesting. It looks like an old school book, and it's done in all matte grayish brown and gold foil. The front of the tuck case is a design stamped in gold foil that kind of resembles a sun, and it wraps around into the side where you can see this really interesting logo, and wraps around to the back where there's some stars in the sky. So it looks like day and night. The bottom, this side, and the top are actually where the tuck case opens, but it's meant to look like pages inside of a book. So this almost just looks like a tiny witch's spell book or something. There is a little flap that you can open to get to the cards, and it has another little logo on it. When you open the tuck case, you can see where the flap comes from, and then there's a signature on the inside, and it says Olympians. It's got a website you can go to for more information about the cards. And it says Sky Members Playing Cards 0455, which is probably deck number 455 out of 1,000. Kind of confirming my suspicions here, where it looks like it's half day, half night on the tuck. Very intricate tuck case, very classy. This would just be a good conversation starter if you left that in the middle of your coffee table during game night. Let's look at the cards. These cards definitely feel like they're printed on, they definitely are printed by the USPCC. It seems like they're on casino stock because they are relatively thick, which I like. Your back design looks like this. So you get these gold edges, I think to represent daytime, and then these starry black edges to represent nighttime. In the middle, there is a sun and some like mandala style line work around it. And then you get these two golden banners with nothing in them. So very interesting back design. This definitely seems like a deck you would use for cardistry, definitely. I'm not 100% sure if the designer of this deck has designed other decks, but as far as I can tell, very interesting. With this deck, you are gonna get a double backer, which implies that there's some use for Magic. You're also gonna get a blank black card. You can use that as a cut card if you're dealing poker. You are gonna get two jokers. One, it looks like, is during the daytime. It's a pretty lady in a pretty dress in front of the sun with some sunbeams coming off of it in gold. And the other one is that same pretty lady in that same pretty dress in front of the moon, in front of a starry sky. Really neat jokers. I like them very much. Ace of Spades is another pretty lady in front of a giant sunburst that is making up a spade pattern. It says Olympians, and you do get a custom index with a custom pip. And next to the pips on the ace, it says Hestia, Hestia. If you know what that means, please leave it down below. Your spades are gonna look about like this. So it's a black face with a custom index and custom pips in gold ink. The court cards are completely insane. So you can see very kind of 300 Roman aesthetic, keeping the gold pips and custom indices alive. You can see very good detail. Your diamonds, instead of being red, are gonna be silver. Again, fully custom on that black face. So gold and silver instead of black and red. King of diamonds, super custom. Definitely like a Spartan King of clubs, Queen of clubs, Jack of clubs, or what your clubs look like. Silver again, very, very custom. And then your King of Hearts is gonna look like this. So I really like the Queen of Hearts. That looks awesome. Jack of Hearts. Interesting, so the diamonds are silver, but the hearts are gold. The clubs are silver and the spades are gold, so very, very different. I have this ink on my finger, by the way. I know it's there, I tried to get it off and I couldn't. What I really like about this deck is the way that it looks in a fan. Look at this. Ooh, just this beautiful gold streak. And then these more metallic gold streaks and then black to really contrast it. So really nice fan. I think the intended purpose of this deck, like many decks for cardistry, is for good looking displays. And that's what it looks like if you fan it the other way. Let's talk about the handling. The cards definitely spring easily. Because they're printed by USPCC, they're not very stiff, which I like. They don't need any breaking in. They kind of feel like they're already good to go. In a spread, they look really good. This is what they sound like in a dribble. Now, as you can tell from the trailer, these cards look great in movement. Cardistry looks really cool with them. This is obviously not a deck that I would use to perform any magic, but I really appreciate this deck. I don't know much about it, so if you guys know who this designer is or what other decks he's put out, drop a comment down below and let me know. I'd be interested to see. These cards definitely Pharaoh top to bottom, which I believe makes them a modern cut. I can never remember. So there you go. All right, guys, thank you so much for watching today's episode and my review of the Olympians playing cards by the USPCC. Again, if you're interested in picking this deck up, I'll leave the website that's on the tuck case below, but I don't know what the availability looks like or how long these cards have even been out. However, I will say, in terms of the aesthetic, it's a really, really interesting deck of cards. While I wouldn't use it for Magic, I definitely think it makes for a nice collection piece. Also, just so you guys know, I will be announcing the winner of the Bicycle Censored deck, which was my last giveaway for Giveaway May. I apologize that I haven't announced it yet. I was traveling, I was in Iowa, and then there was just a bunch of moving and getting ready and finding a place. So I will get to it and I will announce the winners tomorrow. I would also like to give a shout out to Yoav for sending me this deck to review. I really appreciate that. And as I mentioned at the very end of Way Back Wednesday, I do want to give a shout out to my boy Anthony Davis out in Alaska. I owe him 5 shout outs, so I am now down 2. He's got 3 more coming, so get used to it. All right, guys, thank you so much for watching. Please don't forget to like this video and of course subscribe if you haven't yet. All that being said, I hope you all have a wonderful rest of your day. I know I will. And I'll see you guys tomorrow. Peace.